Yeah, those all sound terrible, and I understand why people would be upset. Um, any little reason I may have for it is not justified or validated. So watching it back is huge for me. Literally taking notes and looking forward to speaking with Taylor is my priority. And if I offended anyone in the outside world, I will approach that as well.
What has been the most surprising thing you've learned in the last 12 hours?
Oh my gosh. I was prepared on, or not prepared. You can never be prepared for these things, but how possibly bad it could look of what happened. But I guess not knowing exactly how it went down or the lies that I was told that made me get to that level. Again, I haven't seen anything, so I'm looking forward to watching it back to learn for myself and also reach out to the people who maybe lied to me that got me to this level of emotion.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Obviously, Julie revealed the leftovers. I know you had started putting the pieces together over the past week, but what was your reaction when she said that they were formed because people thought Taylor was being mistreated? And then obviously you had a very public outburst with her.
Yeah, I respect it. I even told Julie that I kind of honor that they came together over a negative situation. I think that's great, and it makes sense.
I know you told Julie that you didn't like Taylor because of a lie that Paloma said. What if I told you, and maybe you already know this, that never happened, and Paloma actually said that you were problematic, that you were a poor sport, and that she wanted you out?
Yeah, most of this is news to me. But it was week one, before Paloma Spiral, we only knew each other for 6 days. Obviously, a day in there is a week, so you feel like you know these people very well by day 4. Yeah, it's all game, and I respect all that. Even whatever Paloma said about me, I'll respect it. And it's unfortunate that I was lied to by literally everyone, but Nicole wanted Taylor out. So everyone had something to say about her. So obviously, I'm just being fed all of this, and Monty was the one that doubled down on why she should leave, how she was lying, and so I trusted him, and that's all I had was the world that I was living in,
Yeah. Any regrets about that bathroom blow up? Because it was definitely misconstrued. Taylor was actually like praying for Nicole's mom, and like basically was like, if you don't want to compete, I get it because you're going through a lot. And she kind of made it to seem like she was telling her to quit. And then obviously you took that and ran with it. So any regrets about that?
Oh, absolutely. The regret would be, I wish I would have approached it as a house meeting vibe or just publicly speaking to both Nicole and Taylor in the same moment. But my emotions ran through the roof because I felt, or I was triggered in the sense of this happened with Paloma, which now I'm learning is not true or whatever. But then I was like, this is happening again. So I was more like through the roof at that point, opposed to sitting down going, hey guys, what really happened? Let's talk this out so that I could figure it out, and hopefully the house could understand and Nicole can understand what really happened because maybe she heard it differently as well. And Nicole was my number one. So I trusted anything she said to me. And that's where I went wrong. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think it was a bit of a mob mentality, which was hard to watch as a fan, to be honest.
Absolutely. I respect that. Yeah.
Yeah. I think you're going to be asked about this, and I think it's important for you to know what you said that kind of upset people. There were some specific comments. So I just kind of want to get your reaction because I know, like I said, I think you're going to be asked. Some of the things that people are upset about is when you said that, when you first saw Taylor, you knew she was bad news. She would explode if you put her on the block. People kind of saw that as like microaggressive. And you said that she was stalking you and that she didn't deserve to live normally. I think you and Nicole, I know you and Nicole called her like a shitty person. You don't see her as a good person. I know Terrence and you were making fun of her Miss Michigan title. Things like this really upset people. And I'm just curious your reaction and kind of how you see yourself reflecting on those things.
Yeah, those all sound terrible. And I understand why people would be upset. Any little reason I may have for it is not justified or validated. So watching it back is huge for me. Literally taking notes and looking forward to speaking with Taylor is my priority. And if I offended anyone in the outside world, I will approach that as well.
Yeah, I'm curious because I feel like you gave her the benefit of the doubt to a lot of people. And I know you said that Taylor was you blamed Taylor for Paloma's quote unquote spiral. Why didn't you have a one-on-one with Taylor? I feel like you guys maybe could have cleared the air way, way, way earlier before this got out of control.
Ultimately, because when I give my loyalty to someone, I trust them 100%. That is my flaw, maybe in real life as well. So hearing from certain people that I trusted, I believed it. And so I didn't even go about the route to speak with her because I felt like it would get worse for me. Like I might say something worse or do whatever, And so I wanted to keep that space to remain as healthy as possible. The house puts a lot of pressure on you and your emotions run through the roof. So it's me stepping back, which necessarily isn't the best thing to do. I thought it was best for me in the moment. And I wanted to work with Taylor in the first week until everyone got in my ear about it. And of course, the Paloma situation happened and forward from there. And ultimately, Taylor and I, at least in the house, didn't really connect on a personal level or a game level. So it was hard to want to have these sit downs, although now looking back, those are important.
Yeah. What do you think that looks like when you talk to her?
Oh, what do you mean by that?
Like when you plan on talking to Taylor, do you want to have a long discussion about what was said? Do you want to smooth things over? What do you kind of plan for that, I guess?
Oh, yeah. We had some talks in the house. I'm sure that wasn't aired, but to at least smooth some things over in the moment. But that's for the house. That's a different world. And I can't wait to watch it back and actually approach these things knowingly why I'm apologizing, opposed to just saying it. I want to make sure I'm specific about it so that she's aware of how I feel, even for the outside world as well. It means a lot to me to correct my wrongs. That's not who I am. The house pressures you into a whole different thing and heightens everything. So it matters for me to watch it back and being aware of why I'm apologizing and looking forward to doing that.
Yeah, I hope you do. I think it'll be eye-opening for sure.
Absolutely. Oh, I'm ready to learn all about me and all about the others and grow from it.
Yeah, I want to talk about your first week HOH real quick. If you can go back and do anything differently, I think you had a lot of conversations that week and everything. The one thing I was struggling with as a fan, I was like, I felt like you didn't do enough to ensure your safety moving forward. Do you feel like that? Would you do anything differently?
Ooh, that's good. I haven't thought about that. It's tough because I consider my HOH the most useless HOH week of all time of Big Brother because the backstage thing did nothing for anybody. Obviously, the Paloma thing's separate, but even still with the backstage, I hope there's more to it that I didn't get because it seems pointless that it even happened. Terrence and Michael, I don't regret because I had a strategy with that. But with Taylor, of course, I regret that because I wish I would have actually either had a house meeting or talked to her directly or bring whoever I need to in the same room together so that I could actually go about it strategically opposed to emotionally.
Speaking of Michael, I know you said he's playing a really good game. What did you think of his goodbye message?
Oh, my God. First of all, I love him. I think he's a great person. One of the best players I've seen in Big Brother, at least in the house. That's how I felt. I thought it was super funny and on point, and I respect it.
Yeah, I know you said, you're a fan. You've been playing for 10 years. You have to imagine that fans were kind of chuckling because you're obviously out. You didn't make jury. You were comparing yourself to Dan and Dr. Will, and you were teaching them how to play. What do you think about that now? Do you take back any of those comments?
Well, I did not intend to sound like I was saying I'm compared to Dan or Dr. Will. Absolutely not. They are insanely genius and much more likable, and they handle their emotions much better and are better at competitions. At least I know Dr. Will threw a lot, but that shows you how good he was. As a fan, I'm like, dude, I'm not comparing myself to them.
Mm-hmm. Now that you know that the leftovers exist and that people were playing, I remember,
right.
When Nicole left, you were like, guys, play for yourself. But they were playing, they just weren't on your side, unfortunately.
Right. I did feel like I had to teach some people how to play the game. I really do mean that, and I still feel that way. But I mean in the sense of as a super fan who's been watching since day one. But obviously there's a new school way of playing the game, and I think that's what the leftovers are doing. And that's just not, I guess, to my liking, or the mass alliance thing has never really appealed to me. And so that's what I mean. I wish like Alyssa could play the game for herself. I wish that Indy would play the game for herself, stuff like that. Obviously, it would benefit me because I was aligned with them or working with them. And so I was just kind of like, we all can't be this happy family kumbaya thing and split the check. You guys got to play the game that's going to benefit you. Of course they are. it just wasn't my style, but we all have our style of going in and playing the game to our liking,
Yeah, no, I appreciate the your speech and fighting for your game. I think as a fan, I think that people want to see that, of course, What do you take from your experience, and are you interested in ever playing Big Brother again?
What I take from this is I am proud of walking through that door. That's all that mattered to me. Ultimately, that was success. The rest was game and failure. I did what I wanted to do, which is first HOH and make a final 2 on day 2. I got the full brother experience, opposed the jury, outside of jury, and I would absolutely do it again if I was ever accepted 10 years from now, and hopefully be a much better player and remove emotion. I didn't know that I'm an emotional person. I didn't know that would come through in the game. I thought I would be strong enough to remove it and play strictly game and strategic. Obviously, that's not the case, and hopefully I can learn a lot from it. And I look forward to watching back even the live feed clips and anything like that, just to learn about myself and grow from it.